All right, it's 7:02. I'm going to call the regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. Sarah, would you please lead us in the pledge? All members of the Board of Selectmen are here and present. Turn to the approval of the meeting minutes from January 16th.
To approve the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes from January 16th, 2025.
Is there a second? Motion made by Sarah, seconded by Marie. Are there any corrections? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We have two appointments, both for the Elderly Commission. I'm sorry, public participation. Is there any member of the public who would like to address the members of the Board of Selectmen? Name and address, please, sir.
Tom Buckley, Kings Court. Just one curious question. Did we have a clock over there one time?
Yeah, it's just the battery was swapped out and they haven't rehung it yet.
Okay, so it's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it was.
Is there any other public comment? Is there any other public comment? Is there anybody online who would like to address the Board of Selectmen? Somebody just logged in, so I'll give her an opportunity. I'll say again, is there anybody online who would like to address the Board of Selectmen? Okay, there will be another opportunity later on in the meeting. Now we'll move to new appointments. We do have two. Randy Clifton as a regular member for the Elderly Commission and Ronald Stamm as a regular member of the Elderly Commission. Is there a motion has been made and seconded? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, sir. Would you like to make a speech?
Yes, thank you for stepping forward.
Ronald Stamm. Motion has been made and seconded. I've met this gentleman. He is a nice guy, very personable. I think that what Melissa and Ruth and now Randy are looking to do is to revitalize the Elderly Commission and the work that they're doing, particularly as we get a ramp up with the community center. And I'm very happy to see Mr. Stamm put his name forward. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so I'm going to ask that we table agenda item 9A and C, bless you, and D and E until after executive session.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Which brings us to agenda item 9B, appointment of negotiating team members for the police union and clerical union labor negotiations. Those are the next labor contracts that are up. Both expire on June 30. And we're looking for appointments to a Board of Selectmen member to be appointed to that team. Ali, you've done police in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be willing to do so again?
I sure would, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else interested in police? Okay, how about clerical? What is the clerical? Sharp. Marie, Keith?
I'll do it.
Okay. Can I have a motion to appoint Alan to the police negotiation team and Keith to the clerical negotiation team?
So moved.
Motion has been made. Is there a second? Motion made by Alan. Is there a second? Seconded by Marie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Tax refunds.
Tax refunds totaling $1,992.70.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Turn now to selectmen's report. Oh, I'm sorry, public participation the second time. Is there any public participation now? Tom,
Curious question. Where is everybody?
it's snowing.
You're online.
Each court.
Snowing out.
The ones I expected to see here, aren't you?
Well,
Surprised.
I don't know what to tell you, but I'll be here next time. Is there any other public participation? Is there anybody online who would like to address the board? Okay. We'll turn to selectmen's reports. I just did that out of order, I see, but go back to it a second time, I guess. Come on, Tiggy's, where are you on that? On January 17th, I was happy to join the East Windsor School Administration and representatives from the North Central Connecticut Chamber of Commerce for their quarterly presentation of what's called the Acts of Kindness Awards. These are awards that go to students in high school and middle school, not for academic accomplishment, not for athletic accomplishment, but for demonstrations of good character. And it's really great to recognize kids doing good things, kind things. So this is something the chamber started doing in East Windsor about a year ago, and I've really enjoyed the opportunity to see those. What they have seen in other towns, and I'm looking forward to seeing here, is they actually have occasion where a previous winner becomes the current winner, which is a pretty good indication that that kid is on a solid path. It's a lot of fun to do, and it's a lot of fun to recognize those students. On the 23rd, I joined Dr. Tudrin as well as our consultation team to walk through each of the schools as they work to formulate a feasibility study of our school buildings. Dr. Tudrin and that team have been working diligently to compile the necessary educational specifications and spatial footprint to assess whether and how to proceed with the potential schools project this fall. That information will be reported back to the ad hoc committee on school facilities and to the Board of Education in the coming weeks, and will serve as the foundation for how to move forward. On the 28th, I joined Chief Carl and interested bidders to walk through the Town Hall Annex as we look to put that building to its highest and best use once Social Services and Parks and Recreation vacates that later this spring. Which brings us to an update on the community center. That project remains on time and on budget with an expected completion date in May and opening in June. The walls have been hung and painted, door frames are up, and in the next few weeks, the doors themselves, the flooring, and the ceiling will be installed. Several staff and myself took a visit to Colchester to see their brand new facility and start planning out what our needs are going to be in terms of furniture and layout. And that project is quickly becoming a reality. The community center project is quickly becoming a reality, and will be a huge win for the community. We're already talking about the ways that we will be able to maximize that space. On the 29th, I attended a pair of interesting events. The first was the annual meeting for the Connecticut Council of Small Towns, or COST, which hosted legislative leaders, executive branch heads. The commissioner of DEEP was there, the commissioner of DOT was there. The governor and the lieutenant governor were all there to discuss issues of importance to towns across Connecticut. First and foremost among which was the impact of any impounded federal funding on municipal governments, whether that be direct pass-throughs, direct funding or indirect pass-throughs. The second event that I attended was to celebrate the kickoff of the Greater Hartford Foundation's 100th anniversary. I was happy to join many of the volunteers on our local Greater Together committee for this event, And the foundation and our local volunteer board do great work that is really impactful on our community. And it was a pleasure to join them in celebrating their successes to date and more to come. And they have a whole year filled with different commemorative events to showcase the work that they've done in the 29 towns that they service. Other than that, I submitted my budget this morning, sometime today. And we'll start with my presentation to you all in the public hearing on the 19th, and then it's off to the races. Marie.
I have nothing to report. I've been out of commission for the last. But I did notice on Facebook that the city department has active fundraisers for two different programs, one being the Junior Explorer program, looking to get funds for that group of individuals. So anybody has any desire or is able to, there you can look it up online to make a donation there. And their police union is also looking for donations. They're going to be participating in a run in California. So they're looking for donations for that. That's all I got.
Thank you. Hey,
Nothing tonight, thanks.
Al.
Well, wetlands was canceled for no business this month, but I do have pension stuff and a little bit longer, maybe presentation than I normally do because we had the annual valuation. So I just wanted to kind of go over those numbers and to give you a little bit of context. About 10 years ago, we were about 62% funded, which was really inadequate, kind of running things like the state. So it was pretty bad. We had too high of an interest rate assumption and a bunch of other things wrong. So we've cleared out a bunch of problems over the years, and I'm happy to report we're just under 90% funded now, which presents a different issue because we have to start managing a little bit differently. For 2024, we're 16.5% appreciation on the investments, which was pretty darn good for a pension fund. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at our investment mix over this next year, and due to the actuary's recommendation and the agreement from our investment management people, we're going to start dialing back our aggression a little bit. We're about 68% equities right now and have been for a while, or climbing higher, towards our 70% high side of our target. So we're going to probably dial that back a little bit and be a little bit more conservative with that over the next few years, taking into account the things that are going on with the market and inflation and whatnot. But so yeah, I just want to report it's super healthy. It took a lot to get it there, and it took some pain to get it there. And so we are expecting our contribution to be the same pretty much as it was this year as it was last year. And we'll kind of just try to keep that level so we're not, coming to the well for a lot more money or a lot less money and, just bouncing people around. So good news there. We do have one outstanding issue that we need to deal with, and there's about 151, there's mostly Board of Ed people that were contributing but did not vest before they left, so they're due their money back plus interest. We need to get that off the books because that counts against our accrued liability. So we really need to make sure that the Board of Ed is working to get that done. So they're going to need to send letters to people and help them get that hopefully rolled over into an IRA or whatever they want to do. But we got to get it off our books because we're accumulating interest on that they're due, and that counts against our accrued liability, so we would be even higher valuation if it wasn't for that. Not that that's an issue from that point of view, but we just don't want to keep that money when it's not really ours, and we don't want to keep paying that interest. So we got to focus on that over the next year of making sure that the Board of Ed gets that cleared up. And that's all I have. They do, but he was in the other meeting last night. So
Patrick is on there and Fred Neal is on.
I'm going to stop by Board of Ed and give them the heads up on it next time around.
Sarah.
January 27th, I attended the building commission meeting, very short, but it was discussed how the community center project is running on time and on budget. Like mentioned it. And Jason also touched on this, but the ad hoc committee did meet last night. It was a very lengthy meeting with a lot of information. Samantha from CSG was present. We discussed the possible timeline and the process for the committee going forward. There will be community forums, hopefully starting in March. There will be a survey being mailed out in the next 2 weeks or so. And we discussed, ways to get the word out to the public, possibly on social media, through newsletters, once we figure out the path that we are going to take. And there is Coffee with a Cop coming back. That hasn't been in several years, on February 21st from 9 to 11 at Cafe Barista. All that I have.
Nice, thank you. I'll ask a third time. Is there any public participation? Any public participation? Yes, sir.
Just for conversation, one more curious question. The tree that came down Saturday, did it come down on its own? It wasn't that windy that day, was it?
It wasn't.
It made a hell of a
It wasn't
mess.
hit. Len, do you know?
Supposedly, the wind knocked it down, which I don't believe it was that windy either, but that was the story I heard, that it was windy. It was probably just dead and ready to go, and one little poof.
I spoke to somebody on Ryan Street when I saw it to see how it come down, and they said they had a wind burst. That's what I was told. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I was told, that the wind took it down.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. All right, we will have an executive session. It will include the 5 members of the board, Helen Tots, Len Norton, and Town Attorney Josh Hawks-Lads. May I have a motion?
Move that we go into executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're in executive session at 7:19.
And I'm recusing on that, Yagaloff fight.
Did you? Well, sorry, we could be out of executive. Did you appoint the negotiating team?
Alan is going to do police, Keith is going to do clerical.
Oh, you appointed, you already did it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so we are out of executive session. It is 8:19. Selectman Yagaloff has left the meeting. I'm going to ask that we return to the call of the agenda and take up agenda item 9A. No, 9C.
Make a motion to authorize the first selectman to execute the settlement agreement as proposed by the attorney for N&M Prospect Hill.
Oh, the town attorney. You said the attorney for N&M Prospect Hill,
Excuse me, the town attorney.
as
thank you.
recommended by the town attorney on the N&M Prospect Hill tax appeal.
Could you just send me an email?
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item, please.
And so we'll go to D. I make a motion to authorize the first selectman to execute the tax settlement proposal negotiated by the town attorney for both KGS Realty tax appeals.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimously.
And for 9E, I'd authorize the first selectman to execute the settlement proposal as recommended by the town attorney for 140 Prospect Hill Road.
Motion has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? With no further business to come before the board?
Oh, wait a
I'd ask
minute,
for
I
motion-
thought-
With no further business to come before the board, I understand. It's not on the agenda and I want to do it properly listed. I'd like a motion to adjourn.
Oh, got it.
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 8:22 PM.